All right, guys, thanks so much. We are back here at the All-in-One Podcast. Remote today. I'm with one of my favorite people, Miss Karen Key Smith. So I'm down here, Panama City Beach, just right outside 30A. 30A is just a few miles down the road. And Karen, I've gotten to know through the years, actually just in the last year, and an amazing friendship, an amazing broker. Let me tell you a little bit about her, because today we're going to learn what it means to be all in after the age of 50. So now, although she's a very successful businesswoman, she's known for having a measurable effect on her community through service to others. She is not someone who simply motivates people and inspires them. She's one of the most positive people I truly have ever met. She started Beachy Beach Realty, which is where we're sitting, which is an amazing facility at the age of 50, beginning with 3 employees, now to growing to a team of 85 employees and agents. She is passionate about the recovery community since her life's past has been filled with not just grave challenges around the disease of addiction, but also a celebration of what a home with true recovery can look like. She has truly a rags to riches story that's fueled with hope and gratitude. Welcome, Karen. Thank you for being on my podcast. My remote version right here. I love it. We've always wanted to do this. We said we would, and here we are. And I just love your office. We're right here in Karen's office. So tell us a little bit about your rags to riches story.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'll almost start at the very beginning, but when I was younger, about 10 years of age, we grew up in a very alcoholic, tumultuous home. So I had to find a way to dig into some positive stuff, and I didn't want to be around the people around me. So I started reading all kinds of books. I started writing affirmations that I still write to this day at 10 years of age.
Right.
Gratitude list. So I did that then, and I just developed a real good attitude because of that. Well, then fast forward, and I tease and say that my husband took out the trash and never came home. So he left me with 3 children, no child support. So I had like cars that cost $500, seriously, $500. And I ended up, stranded by the road all the time, obviously, with a $500 car. And I remember walking along the road with my 3 kids, and I promised God, I said, God, when you make me successful, I promise I'm going to give back. I promise you. I was like kind of bargaining. And so that's what happened. I ended up having a real estate company that the first time we did a fundraiser, we raised $2,000. To date, we've raised over $1 million for charity, and we've just been blessed beyond measure. And I drive a pretty hot pink Jeep now. I don't drive a $500 car.
And I've gotten the chance to be at the art show. What do you call it?
Oh, my gosh.
Beachy Beach.
We have an art walk. Yeah, and that's one of our big charity events that we do. We're doing it again this year.
Can't wait.
Over 200 people last time.
Well, what's amazing is that the people you get to meet, and then just amazing art, and then you're raising money. So it's just a trifecta of fun. So now you are known, clearly, what radiates from you is positivity. You've got a great attitude. Have you always been this way? You've always been this way.
I'm afraid.
And what do you attribute that? What do you attribute it to?
Well, I think it was a hardship. I think that some people, when they're faced with adversity, they give into that adversity, and they want to whine and complain and moan and groan. And for whatever reason, faith was very important to me. Faith is still very important to me. So I found a lot of solace in going to church and being a part of the youth group, and just a lot of prayer, a lot of bended knee stuff for me. And I just wanted to be different. And I read a lot of books. I read Booker T. Washington, Up from Slavery. I read Emmett Fox, I think something about the Beatitudes. But I read a lot at a young age, and I always chose to read about biographies about people that had overcome adversity. Yeah. And I just believed I had to have a good attitude, and I just have. And I say all the time, you can beat me in a lot of things, but you ain't gonna beat me in my attitude. I'm telling you right now.
And it serves you well, especially in a game, the game of golf, which you love to play. How many times do you play golf? You're a weekly golfer.
My weekly golf, my minimum is 2 times a week.
2 times a week.
But minimum. Right. But what I do is I compact it. So I normally will play in the morning on Friday, in the afternoon on Friday, and try to squeeze in 2 games on Saturday.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to have a positive attitude for golf, or you'll throw the clubs in the lake, right?
Yeah, because I do kind of turn into Beelzebub on the golf course sometimes, but I've gotten better about that.
So you talked a little bit about the brokerage. Mm-hmm. You never really thought you would open a brokerage, right?
No.
That was got to be the furthest thing from your mind.
Right. I laugh and I say this all the time. When I started selling real estate, I had no clue what I was doing. Zero clue.
And what year are we talking about here?
2003.
Okay.
And
so
then I opened.
Only 20 years.
Yeah, so I did the company in 2010. So in 2010, we just escalated so fast. So what happened is when I started the company in 2010, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was very enthusiastic about not knowing what I was doing.
Right.
So people started following me.
Right.
And then they get there, they go, she didn't know what the hell she's doing, but it was too late to leave.
Right.
So we just built this crazy, fun, happy place to work and to live and to give to our community. And it's I love it.
It's amazing.
Makes me very happy.
I mean, one of the things we talk about on our podcast is taking imperfect action. And I hear that in your story. Like, it's like you took action.
Yeah.
And as an entrepreneur, would you agree that that is something that, I mean, you have to sort of just jump in and you'll figure out.
You jump off and learn how to fly on the way down.
Right.
Absolutely. If you're a perfectionist or if you're somebody that is hung up on doing it just right, and also if you don't want to embarrass yourself, entrepreneurship may not be for you, because I have screwed up more times than I've gotten it right.
Well, and that's the way it works, right? I mean, success, I think people, it's really that, that picture of the iceberg. It's really just such a picture of what an entrepreneur is. What people just don't see what's happened below. All the blood, sweat, and the tears. And I think people tend to think, well, and that's what people do, is they give up before it, right before they shouldn't. And I'm so happy for you. So now you've got 85 agents. You get to work.
Actually, I think now we probably have about 100, 110.
You got
on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you get to work with some family members. You want to talk about that? What's that like? So
that's actually very fun.
So
and you got to see that when you came in. Telling my son I was paying too much per hour. So Scotty he's the comedian.
Yeah.
So he works here during the day, just doing whatever we need him to do, and we call him the cleaning lady. I know he loves that. And then Sheldon is an amazing real estate agent. I mean, he is.
Shout out to Sheldon.
Yeah, he's amazing. And then Britt is a broker. She's very creative, very smart. I say all the time she's the smartest woman I know.
Well, I know so it's got to be fun working with you.
It is fun. I mean,
you guys I always love the interactions. We go, I come down, we go to eat. It's who can we grab? It's usually 1, 2, or 3 of them. So I love it. So you also you have let's see, you don't have the property management company.
No.
Okay, so what do you think?
I do have a property management. It's long term.
It's long term. Okay.
And I will tell you that hats off to the people who do short term. I don't know how they do it. Y'all have an extra gene in y'all somewhere that y'all can do it. I don't ever want to do it as long as I live ever again. But we do long-term rentals. We have a company called Full Heart Rentals, and it's amazing. Okay. My daughter is partner on that. So that's going very well.
So long-term rentals, but not short-term rentals.
Not short-term. Oh, God, love them.
So you recently partnered up. You want to talk about that a little bit? So tell us about that.
What a blessing. What a blessing.
Sure, join forces.
Join forces. And I know I told you it sounds so kind of trite and so hokey, but we really are better together. We really are. They are so kind and loving. So Premier Property Group approached me, since last May, I believe it was, and had an idea of us working together and joining our resources, our talent, our monies, and things like that. So the 3 fellas from Premier Property Group bought into our company, and it's so wonderful because they have my same heart. They love, love, love their people. Anytime I go over there and talk to their agents, they adore them. And it's just a good, good marriage. It makes my life brighter and sweeter. And I could not be more thrilled that I partnered with
Jason White and then
Garrett. And then I have Keith Flippo.
Flippo. Okay. Yeah. Garrett's last name? Oh, sorry.
Oh,
it's okay.
I just drew a blank. Oh, my gosh. How embarrassing.
It's okay.
Garrett McNeil. There you go.
Right.
I am 64.
It's all right.
So you got to give me some grace.
And Garrett is Garrett McNeil.
Yeah, Garrett McNeil.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. So, gosh, and then where are you at with all this right now? Like, you guys will stay autonomous here at Beachy Beach, right?
Yes.
And but the Premier Property Group, they've got offices. You also have an office here, which is just describe where we are sitting right here for those of the Nashvillians and people who listen and all over the Southeast. But we're sort of I fly into Panama City Airport. We'll pass right by your office. Right down the road is maybe 20 more minutes. You're in Rosemary.
Actually, we're like 7 miles from here to Rosemary.
Yeah, 7 miles.
Maybe the most.
Okay,
yeah.
so 7 miles.
Yeah.
And then you also have a branch there,
Yes.
right in the middle of Santa Rosa.
Right by my partners, which is what we'll do is we'll get rid of that office and combine by people that are over there will actually work out of their office over there. We do have this big office, which is 8,800 square feet of wonder. I love this place. And then, of course, I've got a little small place downtown Panama City, and then a bigger branch in Panama City as well.
So what do you think has made you so successful to attract such a great team of agents?
I love my creator. I love the people that my creator created, and I love loving all my people. And I really, really care about bringing value to the lives of others, and that's not a hokey thing. It's just the truth. And I think the people that come here know that. And I always wanted to create a place that when you walked in here, and I hope you feel it, when you walk in here, you just feel better for being here.
Yeah.
And you take that feeling outside the community. So it's very important to me. So I believe nothing makes me madder than, people say business is just business. No, it's not. Business is life.
Right.
And how I run my business is how I run my life. How I run my life is how I run my business. I'm the same person both places, and I think people find that refreshing, and we love each other. And that's hokey, but we do.
Great. I love that.
It's fun.
And you guys are selling some homes here.
We do.
This is not
we do.
just
no, we're up there.
A bunch of feel good stuff.
Yeah.
You're moving some units and moving some properties. So people want to work. I mean, why do you think this Panhandle area? I mean, and where do you see it going? And to me, it seems like it's just getting started. But I mean, Panama City is just a complete, utterly new place from what it was when I was a kid growing up here in Nashville, and then coming down in the 70s and 80s, but man, now it's just between here and 30A, there's just so much opportunity down here, don't you think?
I do, and it's funny because on 30A, we're right here. We're just so we work both. We do 38 and Bay County. My company probably does more Bay County, less 30A. Premier does more 30A, less Bay County. So that's why it's also a good marriage. But the thing that is so nice in Panama City Beach is that we have so much beach access.
Oh, yeah.
We have ridiculous amount of beach access, and it's still affordable.
Yeah.
It's still affordable, in spite of what people think. And 30A, I don't know, 30A is a different vibe, very artsy vibe, but not as much access to the beach. It's very difficult to get to the beach on 30A.
Yeah. So a little bit different. And I think that's why a lot of people from, where I'm from in Middle Tennessee still come to both. I mean, you still got people that come into Panama City and all up and down. And it's just really cool to see the revitalization of it. And you guys have been a big part of that. So what's next for you? I know you've got, tell us about My Happy Ass Life and what that means, and for the viewers, what that slogan is. And you've got, tell us about that. You've got a show.
I do. I have a podcast called My Happy Ass Life, and it's live every day, Monday
Very
through Friday.
fitting, by the way. Right?
Yeah, Monday through Friday, from my Facebook page at 7:45 every day, and it's usually me. But every now and then I have a guest person that goes on, like my son or a couple of my best friends go on when I'm traveling or something like that. But we do that every day. But it's also on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeart, all the places you get that. I have a blog. I'm not as good about keeping my blog updated like I should, but Happy Ass, we've got a website. I'm about to have some really, really, really cool merch. I'm also designing some golf clothes.
All right.
Yeah.
And so video, obviously a big thing for you. Like you have just taken it and run with it. And so what do you say about those out there who are maybe a little afraid of getting in front of the camera, and talk about what it's meant for you in your career?
Well, the thing you have to be willing to do is be really, really bad at something before you get
right.
it. I mean, you got to be willing to be bad. And I'm still bad some days. Like the other day, there was a leaf blower going on while I was doing my live podcast. It was driving me crazy. Nobody else could hear it, so you couldn't understand why I was being crazy because I had my earphones in. And so it was just a real you-know-what show that day. And I couldn't even go back and watch the podcast. It was that bad. So you just have to be okay with not being perfect. You really do. And I think it's okay not to be great. Just have a good heart about you. And when you mess up, just I messed up.
Well, I mean, doing it okay is better than not doing it at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody wants to be perfect, and you gotta go ahead and jump out there. But I started doing those videos called thebeachshow.com in 2008. And so we're still doing that. my daughter and Heather do that now. I don't do that anymore. I make an appearance every now and then, but I just don't have time. But it's funny. I used to speak a lot in public, but I don't do much speaking anymore because I'm always so nervous when I do. But this, I'm very comfortable doing this because I just speak from my heart.
But then your brand is getting out there. I mean, they're seeing what you're about. You're getting more and more people that are following you on the different platforms, and so kudos to you for just running with that. So thanks so much for being on today.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Mark. I love you and your sweet wife. Oh my God, your family is so precious. I loved y'all like I'd known you for like 20 years within like a week.
Does feel like that, yeah.
It was weird.
It does feel like that. So guys, check out her podcast, My Happy Ass Life. You can follow Karen Key Smith on Facebook, and then all the podcast platforms that she talked about. So
Instagram too.
Yep, Instagram too. We'll see you next time on the All In Podcast. See you. Bye.